former champ, the inaugural UFC women's flyweight champ, in Nicco Montaño. 14th taking on Macy Chiasson. And Matt, this is a fight that's very interesting because
I just feel like the range is going to be a lot for Montaño to deal with, and eventually Macy's going to be able to get some of her power shots.
All right, so Macy Chiasson, Matt and I went all the way through our predictions last night. We predicted the fight against former flyweight champ Nicco Montaño, and then right as we finish, Nicco Montaño out of the fight. It was confirmed by her manager that she suffered a grade 2 MCL sprain, tried to go to the UFC Performance Institute to rehab it, maybe continue fighting or still have the chance to fight Chiasson at this weekend's event, and no, she's out of the fight. So in steps a tough out in Shanna Young, somebody that you might recognize from this past season of Dana White's Contender Series. She lost, second round submission loss to Sarah Alpar, who's going to be competing coming up very shortly. Fight just announced for Alpar, but in steps Shanna Young, and since she's been out of the UFC because of course she was unsuccessful in that fight, she competed in Invicta Phoenix Rising number 2. It kind of mixed results there. I mean, Invicta FC Phoenix Series 2, it was one of those exhibition type things where they have the 1-round fight, 5 minutes. She loses to Miranda Maverick. Again, another rear naked choke loss. And then after that, she gets a win. She gets another win over there in Invicta FC 38 that we had back in November. And then she had a canceled bout, one that was already scheduled. She's going to be taking on Diana Torquato. Young was out due to an illness, which is kind of strange. Maybe they kept her on standby for this fight. But she's going to be taking on Macy Chiasson. So, you know what I'm going to do in this instance? I'm going to let Matt take it away.
So with Chiasson, we see what I consider one of about 4 really knockout artists, if you will, in the 135-pound division. You have Holly Holm, Jermaine Randomie, Amanda Nunes, and Macy Chiasson. Those are really the only women in that division who do frequently get TKO or KO victories. And this fight is a very hard one for Montaño, just due to the fact that she's going to be so undersized, it's not even funny. She was the 125 champ, the inaugural one. Macy won the Ultimate Fighter at 145. She's going to have a massive height, a massive reach advantage. And when you really think about what Montaño does well, it's kind of what Macy does well. It's just she's not as big, and I don't think she'll be able to implement her game plan as well. Macy really good at getting people up against the cage, elbows, a lot of really good combinations, and I feel like Nicco's going to have a really hard time slowing down her game. If she does, though, she can make it a really wrestling heavy game. We've seen that in the Landsberg fight especially. Chiasson doesn't have the best cardio in the world. By round 2 and 3, that power bar is definitely getting depleted, but I do think the Landsberg fight's more of an opportunity for growth afterwards than that big of a speed bump, so I'm heavily favoring Macy Chiasson, even though the odds reflect that she's only a slight favorite.
All right, so in this fight, of course, Matt couldn't join me tonight, so that's why we're doing things a little bit differently with this prediction, but I think the same things are going to ring true. If you look at Macy Chiasson and her opponent, Young's coming in on short notice. This is one of the up-and-comers in the division. Yes, she lost to Lena Landsberg. Macy Chiasson did in her last fight, but she's still proven that she has a lot of power in the division. She has length and range. She knows how to use them. She's going to have those same advantages here against Shanna Young. And for Young, you were originally scheduled to be taking on Diana Torquato. Now you're going to be taking on Macy Chiasson in the UFC. And it's just a really tough out. I know she has a good team over at Knoxville Martial Arts Academy. And you might recognize some names there like OSP and the King duo, husband and wife, Jason, and his wife Emily, who got the win over Ava Knight over in Bellator here very recently. A great win for Emily King there. I just don't think it's going to be Shanna's night, but a great way to get yourself into the UFC and really insert yourself into that 135-pound division. So great on Shanna Young. But listen, it's a bit of an oddball, a bit of a curveball, and maybe we'll see Nicco Montaño in the near future. It's tough with knee injuries, but you never know. But hey, you're not going to want to miss the rest of our UFC Rio Rancho predictions over there for the main card, for the prelims, the 5-minute main event. You're not going to want to miss that. And like we always say with Fight Night Picks, let's get into it.